Larry.
Welcome into the podcast where I lost to the Wizards on the other side.
The Wizards Fantasy Football Bowl.
Yep. I'm Jameer Gibbies.
I'm Jared. Got your mama.
I'm Jack.
Darf your mama.
You know, Jack. If Jack was playing this game,
Jack Goff.
Jackson Goff.
I got Brian with that last week.
Yeah, no, yeah, I listened to it. I heard it.
Oh, love you, Brian.
Yeah.
Hey, I fell for it too.
Thanks for your advice, Brevy.
He probably
starting Joe. Yeah, thanks for that advice. But it didn't help me in the end, but it helped me get 15 extra points over Deontay's. Because I'm tilting right now. We're all tilting.
Tilton.
Speaking of tilting, what players do we have that did well and did terribly this weekend?
Well, Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill, yeah.
He was in my waiver pickups last week. He got 2 rush TDs, so it's like starting an extra running back if you have him. I think they're going to use him a lot in the goal line situations, even though they have Jamal Williams.
Are you going to keep starting Taysom?
I'm looking for Trey McBride this week, man.
Oh.
I might roster 2 tight ends. He
What?
sounds so sexy to me.
Who the fuck are you? Yeah, because Juwan Johnson is still involved.
Yeah.
Actually. But Trey McBride, yeah. Yep.
I think Taysom Hill's going to drop off. By the end of the season, he won't be really startable.
Okay.
I think it just depends. I mean, maybe he keeps this streak going, but they'll do different things. I think it's just a...
Yeah. Other players that crushed it this week, A.J. Brown still being a boss.
Yeah, dude.
Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith.
Somehow you got a stack with that. I mean, you're golden this year.
Yeah, who the fuck has that? We don't know anybody with a stack, with the Eagles stack. And then, yeah, because A.J. Brown would have been like a second-round pick, and Jalen Hurts probably a fourth.
Yeah.
Maybe. Jalen Hurts. And then
CD or Disc
Lamb,
Sheep.
yeah.
Disc Sheep went off.
Disc Sheep, yep.
DeAndre Hopkins, too, man. Fuck, Will Levis.
You thinking about Will Levis as a...
Nah, he's going to suck ass next week, guaranteed. Tall boy bet right now.
Who did they play this week, or this last week?
Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah, but, I mean, doing not well against their defense. It's kind of surprising. But I don't know who they're playing next week.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. How many? Let's check and see.
It's
How
kind
many
of
fantasy points. Oh, we had it again.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I noticed you were watching the game on your laptop. So.
Yeah.
What was it? Is it now not suck ass anymore?
No, it was a FU all too.
FU all too.
Yeah. Or FU. I can't think right now. What was it? No, just FU all. Well, I wanted to name it. I was like, can we rename it FU all too? Can we name it that? But Daniel's like, no, we're not gonna do that. So it's in the club, we all fam. It's like a reference from Broad City TV show. And then so I wanted to look up Will Levis is kind of hate Yahoo's.
Is Broad City like a cult classic now? Kind of like Workaholics?
I mean, it is for the gays, I think. I don't know. It's Workaholics.
It's like
classic. Broad City is too, though, for a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying.
I've
it's
never
like
seen
a cult
it, though.
classic. It's got a following, but it's not on TV anymore, right?
They
don't
just
have new
like
seasons.
It just reminds me of my ex-girlfriend because they're like 2 curly-haired Jewish girls that live in New York City. So I just
that's why you don't like it.
No, I don't say I don't like it. It just too much nostalgia, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, it's like some things you put in the box and you lock the key and you throw the box away.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Jahan Dotson,
I mean?
too, man. He went off this week. It's like Sam Howell. I had to throw it to somebody.
Yeah, John Dodson, so stupid. Will Levis got 26 fantasy points this week.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. What was his bet? That he would do better than that?
No.
Okay. What do you want to set the line at? 15 or something? You think you get less than 15?
Our tall boy bet.
Yeah.
He. I guess. I mean, I don't think he's gonna get 10 points.
You want to set the line at 10?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll take that bet.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna get below 10 points?
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's gonna destroy.
Let's make it 13. Let's make it lucky 13 because I feel like 10's too.
Oh, now you just screwed yourself. It'll be like 12.96.
Okay.
Fantasy points.
Fine, let's make it 12.
Okay, 12.
All right, 12 it is.
Oh, God.
So Will Levis that was cool.
Yeah.
And then who'd you talk about?
Trey McBride and Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, Jahan Dotson.
Guys that are probably going to be on your waivers. We could talk about it more later, but yeah, I mean,
the three we named the most annoying coaching staff teams in regards to predicting fantasy players and helping your fantasy players, and the coaching staff's hurting your fantasy players. The Falcons.
Oh yeah.
The Commanders.
I can see
the Commanders' offense could be so much better. Like they could be one of the best offenses in the league. I think they could be like Philadelphia's passing attack. Maybe not that good, but pretty close.
But
Sam has the talent.
I think it's matchups. I don't think it's
O-line.
the coaching staff that screws it.
But
they also played Philadelphia earlier this year.
Curtis Samuel, huh?
Well, they already played Philadelphia this year, so they knew how to attack that defense. I mean, not much has changed in the 3 weeks that they played them last. So
I don't know. Carolina is just bad.
Oh yeah, Carolina. God, Frank Reich.
Or New Orleans. Probably threw New Orleans in that category. It's just because Carr is bad, not because the coaching staff's screwing him over.
Nah.
You think Frank Reich's a bad coach?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we replaced him, but it's not the problem with Indianapolis. It's Chris Ballard. But
can I, if I don't make the playoffs, can I drop all my players, pick up all Panthers, and be Frank's third Reich?
Maybe. I'm down. I'm cool with it. But
you're cool with it?
I'm not down. Oh no, I'm not down with Nazis. Sorry, I'm cool with chaos and being funny.
Yeah.
Ironically, we're doing all this ironically, guys.
So what?
I think Denver is one of those teams. Denver is a team where you pick Jerry Jeudy high and they just are screwing them over.
You think Jerry Judy's screwing himself over?
It could be.
Like coaching staff. Or what about Javonte?
Yeah,
it could be coaching decisions. Like the way Sean Payton coaches. But, I mean, I think he's brought Russell Wilson back from the dead a little bit, or maybe that was just Russ.
I don't know. I mean,
who knows how much of it was Sean Payton helping him? Or
yeah. I think Falcons are leading the league, and screw your fantasy team.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
They're screwing me over. But, Bijan looking like a bust of a first-round pick. And, What other surprising players outperformed this week or underperformed? Ramondre didn't do too good. Let's check over you're the favorite. Let's check over the players here. Zay Flowers underperformed. Not much to really say about it.
Patrick Mahomes, I mean, that was a surprise, but he was sick supposedly as well.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp underperformed. You think Matt Stafford's going to be, his health?
It was a bad matchup this week. Yeah, the thumb injury probably screwed him too. I don't know when that happened in the game, but I think it was a tough matchup. You were more confident in their passing game than their running game, but yeah, I mean, nothing really happened for the Rams this past week. Couldn't get anything going.
Yeah. We already talked about Olave. The Texans in general, Nico, Tank, and C.J. Stroud, all disappointing against Carolina. What do you make of the Texans going forward?
Yeah, that was surprising. It might be a down week, you're hoping. Yeah. T. Higgins, he's climbing up there, man.
Higgins?
Yeah. Scored 11 points this week. That's a bust. That's a bust of a pick this year.
T?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's playing every game and giving you gooses and 4 points.
Would you still buy low on him?
I wouldn't, but, I mean, I threw him in a trade offer with JJ. I mean, shoot your shot on anybody. If you got to make a trade to get you some wins.
Would you trade JJ for him straight up?
No. I might get desperate, though. If there is any...
It might get worse and worse.
I need to have Adam Schefter's, personal phone number. If there's, any ounce of them shutting him down the rest of the season because of this Kirk Cousins injury, I need to know, and I will sell him for literally nothing. I would be like...
No, if it were me, I would trade him for T. Higgins because T. Higgins is way more than you could get in, 2 days' time.
Yeah.
It could be 2 days, and they're we're not.
I would rather have Adam Thielen, though. That's who I want.
Sure. But
I said him straight up.
But if you can't get Adam Thielen, you could get T. Higgins.
Yeah.
We're just saying here,
Honestly, I'd rather just keep my team how it is than have T. Higgins straight up.
go down with the ship?
Yeah.
Screw you, T. Flippy the bird as they sink into the sea.
Yeah, it's kind of like having, Anthony Richardson on your IR. It's I'd rather just go down with the ship than have T. Higgins on my team.
Yeah. Get him a ring when you find the Titanic down there at the bottom. You dig up that treasure chest that Rose was holding on to, their bony skeleton hands, and pick up one of those rings. And I don't know. This metaphor is getting out of hand. Christian Kirk Cousins out for the season.
Yeah.
Addison. Oh, we're talking about Jefferson.
Yeah. I mean,
Addison. We don't know what's going to happen to Addison. Hawkinson, you're still playing. The running game in Minnesota is going to get better.
Uptick, yeah.
Yep. Really nice pickup.
It's kind of funny, all the players, the skill position players' names end in son. It's like a Japanese person. It's Hawkinson, Madison,
Akerson. Oh wait,
Addison, Jefferson. It's serious. It's so weird that's happening.
The Japanese Vikings, the Sun Vikings.
Yeah,
nice, dude.
Kirk Cousins' son.
If his name was Cousins and not Cousins,
yeah,
he wouldn't have gotten an ACL tear.
Achilles, but yeah.
Achilles, yeah. Well,
doesn't matter. Season-ending tear.
Yeah. Darren Waller went out with an injury. He might be down for the season. Possible.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's not good.
It's not. But
that's besides Barkley, that's all that team has, really.
Yeah. Sorry, Evan. Had to dish that on you, but
I think he's going to dump the rest of his fab on Trey McBride, but surprise is coming, biatch.
Hey, the rest.
I'm dumping the rest of my fab on McBride.
The rest of his fab equals $7, so you only need to spend $8.
Yep. Good for me.
Yeah, because I'm not dumping anything on McBride. Where am I?
He's going to be my new McBride.
Sounds like you're marrying fucking Hamburglar over here.
Free mustache rides.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the waivers.
Better than Grimace. All right, let's get into the waivers. Let's do it. All All right, we're talking waiver pickups for week 9. Hopefully your Stevens, I can't talk today. Your Ramondre Stevenson's still alive.
Stevenson.
Stevenson. I need to download like a Japanese guy sample. Like, son. And hopefully your season is still alive and not drowning like ours seasons are.
Oh, you're just down because I beat you, man.
Dude, I am.
It up. Pick up
I'm
the
in the
energy.
dumps, man. I literally just lost a half hour ago. Like, okay, give me a break.
To me,
it was so neck and neck, and I was riding the adrenaline, and then we were up in the kitchen, and we weren't paying attention, and then we were showing Daniel how fantasy works, and then he's like, and then it's like, oh, hey, you're losing by 16 because Jahmyr Gibbs scored 2 touchdowns back to back or something.
Yeah, on back-to-back drives.
Anyways, no, that's it right there.
Well,
But no, the season's not over. I'm 4-4. Yeah, your season's over. You're 3-5.
No, I'm coming back. 3-5, baby.
Okay.
I've done it before. I could do it again.
Yeah. I almost came back and made the playoffs that one season 0-4 I started, so that's possible.
Yeah.
So let's talk QB. Let's talk QB waivers here. As far as QBs that are probably on your waiver wire and you want to pick up. Big Bad Will.
Big
Will
Bad
Levis'
Will.
son?
You know, we were just talking about this.
I want to talk about it again.
But really, it's not. It's a middle of the road matchup. If I don't know.
Against Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Atlanta was a better, harder matchup than Pittsburgh for quarterbacks. So
just the unknown factor there is like so enticing.
Yeah,
you have no idea what you're gonna get.
Well, teams don't have that. They have this week to prepare for Will Levis, 1 week sample size to actually see his tendencies, what's going on. I mean, he's just thrown to DeAndre Hopkins.
Could be like one of those like baseball MLB like rookies or whatever, where the pitchers haven't seen him, so he just rakes for a year. Until,
he's gonna rake maybe next week. Even though I bet against him, I mean, I don't hate you picking him up this week, especially in 2 QB leagues. Knowing that Malik Willis is not worth it. He's gonna get the start now.
Will Levis is starting.
Yeah,
and that's a big.
With all these quarterbacks going down, yes. I mean, he's got to be picked up in 2 QBs or super flex leagues for sure.
Okay.
But it's not a bad matchup. What about Bryce Young, man?
He's been getting better.
Picking it up.
I gotta check out his stats real quick.
He's against Indianapolis. Revenge game for the Third Reich.
Yeah, the Indianapolis defense just sucked a really, really rock hard testicle last game. So.
They're good in their pass rush, but like not good in secondary. So it's you'll see those sacks, strip sacks. I mean, Bryce Young will be vulnerable in that position.
If Bryce Young can make those downfield throws, then sure. But I mean, he's been doing better, but still has not crossed the 20-point threshold this year.
Yeah.
And the matchups that he's done well in have been game script or have been like, positive. I mean, Indianapolis, yes, it's okay, but
yeah. I see Derek Carr starting to be a good streamer.
Oh, man.
I mean, he's got a low floor. He's literally gotten you 15, 16, 17, 18. He's adding a point each week. And then this week he faces Chicago.
Yeah, he's so good at throwing it 10 yards.
Derek Carr is definitely a good streamer, I think, this week. He'll get
what
you.
What if we get a point per completion? If we got a point per completion for quarterbacks, Derek Carr might be like the top. You think he'd be the top QB?
I don't think he's completing a ton of passes.
I don't know.
There's probably some that are higher.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, Baker's got a decent matchup this week, but he's got a knee injury. I wouldn't touch Jordan Love anymore. He's going downhill.
Touch Love.
And same with Geno.
Yeah. Sad to see it because they both look like pretty good streaming options. But, yeah. Josh Reed-Dobbs.
Yep.
He'll play another week. Kyler's not going to play next week, according to head coach.
Gotcha.
Son. But, yeah.
Yep. And Russell Wilson is on a bye this week. So, if you got to rank them, how are you ranking the streamers that we mentioned? Who's your top one?
Oh, man, they all suck.
Is it Levis?
It's all bad. Yeah, Levis is my top.
Just because the unknown? He's sexy because he
got 26
mysterious.
points. I mean, that's so tantalizing. Like, I don't like to point chase, but there just seems like a lot of upside there. I mean, don't chase that upside.
Yeah, I mean, what about Sam Howell after his 30-point week? I know I'm rostered him. He's got a tough matchup next week. Are you comfortable? Someone like him?
I like him more.
He's in the 45%
good
roster.
matchups.
Yeah,
but you could hope that he's breaking out. I like him about the same as any of these other guys.
Yeah, I really do like Carr the best. I know you think it's yuck, but he's the safest floor. Great matchup.
Yeah, okay. I get you. What teams are on bye next week?
I think it's just maybe it's 6 this week.
6 teams? There's no way.
4.
Broncos, Lions, Jaguars, 49ers.
So 4, yeah.
So Goff, Wilson, and Purdy are out of your streaming
and
categories.
And Lawrence.
Oh yeah, Lawrence.
He's been the safest floor if you're. I mean, I wouldn't call him a streamer because he's just getting like 15 points every week.
With QBs, I don't want to shoot for floors. I want to shoot for like guys that have that ability, like a decent chance to get over 25.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think your shot at winning a week is super low if your QB's going to get under 20. So.
Yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence has that talent. It's just he's not producing in fantasy. It's like he does have rushing ability. He just isn't using it because he's a better pocket passer.
And they're winning games.
Yeah, they're running games with Travis Etienne, so that's taking away his fantasy value. But yeah.
I should put Tank Bigsby at quarterback.
Wildcat.
Yep. Wild Tank. All right, let's move on to wide receivers. Any other quarterbacks you want to talk about there?
No.
Okay.
You got to be unlimited.
Whoops.
We got our guys.
You play to win the game.
Wide receivers, streamers, you know.
It's rough out there, man.
It's rough out there, but, you know, I don't think we even, like, call Josh Downs a streamer at this point anymore. You got to have him in PPR. I don't think he's a streamer anymore.
Demario Douglas is
who
I'd throw out.
Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah, Kendrick Bourne's out for the season towards ACL. Maybe it's MCL too.
Oh, maybe it's PCL.
I mean, you're not excited about this because the Patriots suck, but I mean, Kendrick Bourne was getting good fantasy value, so maybe.
So Mario Douglas can pick up all those snaps and targets. If he can pick up targets, then
he's worth it. Yeah.
I mean, you know, the Colts, Minshew, it's not like he's an amazing passer either, but I think if you get a connection, if Mac Jones and Douglas have a connection, then, you know, it could happen. So
yeah, I think he's probably your number one target in wide receivers. If there isn't like those obvious ones that have been picked up. What about Jahan Dotson? I mean, he went off. He's got the talent preseason.
I think he's really worth picking up. I mean, I know he's just been dog shit, but like things can turn around, and you know that he's got the talent from his draft capital, his draft stock, and from what he did last year. So I think he needs to be rostered.
I agree. I mean, if Kenyon Drake can win me a championship, I think Jahan Dotson should be on somebody's roster.
Yeah.
So
you heard it here first. Jahan Dotson is the Kenyon Drake of this year.
The Dotson.
The Dotson.
I never thought about this. There's so many sons at people's last name. Quinton. What about Quentin Johnston? Instead of son, it's Stun.
The Japanese sun gods are they getting bored and they put the T in there.
Yeah, but what about him though? I mean,
yeah. With is Josh Palmer out for the season?
No, I think he was just.
He was like running on the sidelines. Okay, I was spending too much time reading Yahoo comment sections.
Yeah,
and you don't want to do that. You get real brain dead if you do that.
That's true, but I don't know. I mean, he picked it up in the. Yeah.
If Palmer's out, I like QJ.
He finished the game, so I mean.
Okay, I only like him if Palmer's out. That's
Yeah.
pretty much for me. And so, before waivers run, keep an eye on Palmer's health status. If you don't hear anything, I wouldn't waste any fab on QJ unless you have an open spot. I wouldn't spend any fab on him, honestly. I'd pick him up for free, but
Yeah,
that's me.
Yeah, I mean, you want those rookie wide receivers, going into the second half of the season. Shoot your shot on somebody young, not necessarily rookies.
Speaking of these rookies, what does he think about the Daubs, Michael Wilson, and Jaden Reed? These other rookies.
Yeah,
I don't think you want to go for Reed, but I mean,
Wilson's got a tough stretch ahead. I mean, really
Cardinals?
bad matchups with Cleveland, Atlanta, Houston, Rams. So
I think look his way when Kyler comes back. When we get the news that Kyler comes back, then which is not going to be this week probably, but then look Wilson's way.
I think Marquise Hollywood Brown is the only thing that's going to be affected with him coming back.
Okay. Well, yeah. I think there's some upside there, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a whole lot here. I would just rank Demario Douglas and Jahan Dotson at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, Jahan Dotson, let's see what his ownership percentage is.
What about Julio Jones? Do you think he's worth rostering?
Jahan Johnson is still 51% owned in Yahoo League, so
Yeah.
could be on your roster.
What about Julio Jones? He made his not breakout. He only got 7 fantasy points, but he's on one of the highest. Oh, come on. You can't. I'm trying to make a point here. Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
All right, let's check out Julio Jones' stats here.
well, this is the second week he's been on the Eagles. I mean, he's growing. He got 7 fantasy points.
He's
this
growing.
week.
That man grown.
He's one of, the most elite older talents in the league.
Okay. Bad matchup facing Dallas next week, then a bye, then Kansas City after that.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hit that no drop again and just tell me to shut up?
He's the I gotta hit this one though.
We serve food here, sir.
Come on.
Okay,
He's behind Devonta Smith. He's behind AJ Brown. He is behind Dallas Goedert, tight end. He's probably behind what?
Yeah. In
Oh,
terms
he's
of
behind
targets.
Olamide Zacchaeus. Olamide?
Okay.
Olamide?
Olmide.
Okay.
Zacchaeus, son.
We lost a couple of subscribers talking about Julio Jones.
Okay. I get it.
We're going to move on to running backs. I want to hit the new drop.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
That's how I feel right now.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Podcast, where we overplay our new drops. I'm just
That was
kidding.
the first time I hit that
Hey,
drop.
I thought it was the second.
It's not like the
I'm just playing
other
with you,
one.
bro.
You whore!
whoops. Yeah, that's the one. I got.
That's why I don't read the newspaper.
It's all good.
Because it's
I didn't put
garbage.
the,
And the editor that let it come out
So,
is garbage.
I mean,
Where are we at in society?
as far as availability, I mean, Gus Edwards probably is highly rostered now, especially after his second 20.
Second Bob game.
Yeah.
What do
Hopefully
you
you
think
picked
about
him
Justice Hill?
up. I mean,
Relegated to nothing at this
yeah,
point. Backup.
he's basically just the backup. He's not getting as many touches, opportunities.
You gotta look for Cameron Akers if he's out there.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody probably dropped him. He's worth picking up, shooting your shot on.
Shooting your shot on. Get your shot on.
What about Royce Freeman?
What about him?
He got 10 fantasy points this week, especially against a Dallas defense that's pretty stout, stopping the run.
Or what his snap percentage was compared to Henderson snaps.
I don't know. He got 9 rushing attempts, so not probably a great amount of snaps, but
I think if you have a spot, and Royce Freeman is worth a fab or two.
yeah.
I wouldn't put a lot of stock in him. I would put about the same amount of stock in him as I put in the other Freeman.
Yeah, Jalen Warren, he's probably out there.
He is now.
I think he'd roster him.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Gus Edwards. He's going to break out like Gus Edwards, Jalen Warren. I'm calling it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been waiting the entire season for him to take the job from Najee because Najee's just been bad. It's kind of like Chuba. I don't know. He kind of has the job. You think Chuba has more of the job from Miles than Jalen from Najee? I mean, Chuba's got the percentage of the job, but like the run
Chuba
game's
has
just
more of the
bad.
job than Jalen does.
Yeah. But like Pittsburgh's run game is maybe a little better than the Panthers. So it just kind of balances out.
Yeah.
I think for both of those two. I'd put both of those two about equal. But yeah, and like Chuba, yeah, you got to pick up Chuba if he's on your wire.
Yeah.
And Warren. I'd probably spend 10%, 10 to 50% of my fab on those guys. Would you spend more than that?
No. I mean, maybe 10%. This max
Okay.
for me.
Yeah, well, I think one of them has the potential to break out and run away with it. So
Yeah.
you just don't know which one, or it could be both. But like, I mean, yeah, I think they're worth way more than Royce Freeman and Deonta Freeman, the other one. I think he's droppable.
Yeah. Deonta Foreman?
Foreman.
Yeah. Freeman, whatever.
Freeman, Foreman.
Yeah, Royce Freeman.
Who's the other gods that named, or everyone with the end and with the man at the end?
Yeah.
Freeman, Foreman.
That's Greek.
Oh,
Freeman. No, I don't know. War run. Yeah, pretty bad joke. What about Leonard Fournette, man? Buffalo Bills picking him up. Like, you think he's gonna see? Is he gonna just
you mean
take over?
Latavius Murray?
No. Yeah, Leonard Fournette got.
He's on the Bills now.
Yeah, he got a contract with the Bills.
So what is
they signed him this week.
Murray nothing now?
I don't know. He's not even injured. So
The Bills signed Leonard Fournette.
yeah, old
Dude.
man net.
I don't know who should be more pissed off, like Bijan owners or James Cook owners. You know,
Maybe James
They're like-
Cook owners.
they're like, please, we don't want to use our really good running back. Please, both of those teams.
Yeah,
But Cook, it's just like another level of like, why do they hate that man? I don't know, but
I've always been down on Buffalo running backs. Like Devin Singletary. I mean, he's
he's
great talent,
another
but
one
I
to talk
never
about.
wanted to pick him
yeah,
ever. because
You think
they
he's
just
a different
screw
man
up
now
that back.
in Texas?
Yeah, he might become the man. I mean, it's probably it's another scenario like Hubbard and Jalen Warren.
I put it a little bit lower than those other two guys, but it's still worth it. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I mean,
there's not like a clear-cut injury.
Okay, so Leonard Fournette, I mean, no, I mean,
I
it's
don't
just
understand it.
It's almost to the point of Julio Jones to me that where I'm just gonna be.
But they
like,
picked him up for a
just
reason.
Gonna be doing this over and over.
I understand.
Yeah, they picked him up for a reason, for headlines, baby,
I guess.
for news stories. You get that PR.
Maybe he'll be another Kenyon Drake for me
They
later
could
in
have
the
signed
season.
Deion Sanders, or they.
He has like 2 missing
They could
big
sign,
toes.
like,
I don't even know that he can walk without like prosthetic
Isn't
toes.
he the Colorado Buffaloes coach or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you know,
the Bisons, Buffaloes.
yeah, the Buffaloes aren't in North America. We only have Bisons. So it's kind of weird to name your college, mascot the Buffaloes.
Yikes.
That boy ain't right.
Yeah. Well, that's America for you. That's the United States
Yeah.
for you.
We don't even know what animals we have here. Mm-hmm. Mammals.
So yeah, we spent a lot of the time joking about Fournette and Julio, and
I mean, yeah, your top waiver target for running back, what is it?
my top target, the guy that I just dropped, Jalen Warren.
Okay. I agree. Jalen Warren.
I had to drop him, but
Tight ends.
before we move on to tight ends, let me do a quick little
Research on the fly. Well, I can
like
filibuster.
something that I should have been doing this whole time, but you distracted me with Leonard
Interesting
fucking
scores this
Fournette.
week in the Czech Republicans League. TC Tuggers outscores the Sounding of Music 131.76 to 116.
All right, moving on to fantasy waiver tight ends.
That's why I don't read the newspaper.
Because it's garbage. And it's full of Leonard
Let it come
Fournette.
out, it's garbage.
Garbage.
Where are we at in society today?
Where are you at in society today when Leonard Fournette gets signed to a contract team with James Cook on it? And fucking won't throw the ball, Jared Goff. All right, Trey McBride.
That's all we need
Trey
to say.
McBride, that's all we need to say.
End the podcast. Good night.
I want to look up Trey's stats from this past week.
24 fantasy points.
Dang, look at him
25,
already climbing
sorry.
up the ranks. Oof. God, dude.
Yeah, that probably puts him in like the top 10 in fantasy tight ends for the season.
I just read this
No, not
sentence
really.
and it looked like first I was like, he absorbed Zach Ertz's quadriceps. He just took that dude's quads and put it in his legs.
Yep.
Recycled quads from old tight ends.
Absorbed all the targets.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude. Against the worst matchup for tight ends.
Yep.
Baltimore. And like, look at those matchups coming up next week after Cleveland. Looking real good. Yeah, I'm
Atlanta,
sold.
Houston,
Fab
Rams.
dump on Trey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jake Ferguson, I mean, he's about 58%. You can always stream him on good weeks like the Rams, like this past week.
Yeah, Ferguson's, steadily
Hot
producing.
and cold, but I mean,
You said the exact things. Opposite things.
he's been producing hot and cold. Same with Cole Kmet. He was like when I was
He's getting steady amounts of targets, except for the one. He came with one target, but I don't know.
yeah. I mean, all these tight ends they'll have their streaks, of doing well. But I think Trey McBride is in it to win it. Rest of the season, he'll probably be like a Sam Laporta.
I would agree with you totally if it was Josh Dobbs the whole way, but at some point Kyler's going to come back, so
Yeah.
we don't know what that chemistry is going to be like.
Yeah. I talked about Dalton Schultz this past week for waivers, and then he's like sucked so bad this week against Carolina. So, Yeah, it's rough out there for tight ends, but
Tires are gross, man. Well, you got to keep. I would keep an eye on Taysom Hill as well.
oh yeah,
Keep sticking with him. Taysom Hill, Trey McBride are the hotness right now, and then you just got to keep pivoting. You know, tight ends like it's in and out. It's a pivot game.
Yeah.
Unless you got one of the top guys, but I don't know. Cole Kmet did pretty well this past weekend too.
yeah. If I gave my percentage of like how confident I am rest of the season, Trey McBride in your lineup, I would say he's in 80% of your weeks rest of the season. You'll want to start him. So that's my confidence. So I really think if you're trying to figure out the tight end spot, you got the guy this week.
Cool. All right. What percentage of your remaining fab are you going to drop on Trey?
I mean, if he's highly coveted in your league, 20, 30%. If not, maybe you can drop 10.
20 seems like a lot for tight ends, so that's speaking very highly of him.
Yeah.
McBride.
Taysom Hill, I would say 15 to 20 as well.
Okay. Well, that's I think that's what we need to talk about for tight ends. So let's move on to talking about streaming defenses.
Playoffs? I'm talking about playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Yeah. So defensive streamers. Last week we had Baltimore looking pretty hot against the Cardinals. They did not pan out.
Do you want to start with like absolutely low percentage on teams? Because I got a great streamer this week.
Denver?
The New York Football Giants. Denver's on a bye.
Gross.
Gross, exactly. But they're facing Las Vegas, my friends, and the previous two matchups with a good matchup, they scored you 12 points both weeks. So I look to get 10 to 12 this week with the Giants for sure.
Well, that's a nice one. That's a nice one.
I like it.
Okay. You can't just like see what the. Yeah. All right.
And then a higher percentage owned. I mean, if you don't believe in Levis, if you are deep in football knowledge and believe Steelers can exploit that, I think they're a pretty good streamer this week too.
Nah, Levis is gonna cook, so you might as well just add an ON at the end of his name.
But they're 60% owned there.
Yeah, how about Chargers defense against the Jets? Nah, that's not good. Chargers defense is not good.
I mean, it's Zach Wilson though. That's the thing. I mean, if it's
Did you call him Sack Wilson?
Zach Wilson, yes, it is Zach Wilson.
Yeah, but he's the son.
Zach Wilson.
And there's also Garrett Wilson.
Okay, so it's at the Jets. It's gonna be nasty. It's another rainy game. Guarantee it.
It's gonna be.
I think it's
game?
a good stream. I heard a stat. It's like rained in New York on the past like 9 out of 13 weekends. It's been raining, so important stat to know.
Well, the Chargers defense did just face the Bears and the bag boy at quarterback and only garnered 9 points. One sack, 2 interceptions, but they allowed 13 points. I don't know. That seems like it should be worth more than 9, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Here's another good low roster defense that's actually been outperforming recently to the beginning of the season, the Vikings defense. And they're going to be facing Taylor Heineke.
They made a switch over?
Well, Desmond Ridder went out with concussion, so I'm assuming usually NFL's been making them sit out a week. Independent doctors.
Mm.
So I'm pretty sure Taylor Heineke's going to be in. I mean, he's a formidable backup. So maybe you're not so confident.
Yeah, I just realized that probably means more rushing. Maybe for Bijan, maybe, but you never know what's going to happen with
You can only hope.
Arthur.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what other streamers? You like the Raiders defense against the Giants? Daniel Jones might be back. What if he's not, though? Then we're down to the third stringer, right?
Well, if Daniel Jones is back, then... Oh, yeah. I mean, if Daniel Jones is not back, then... hard start. Yeah. Whatever defense against that really bad... what was his name? That third string, it was like... his name just sounded like a beta male. You know what I'm saying?
There was no son at the end of that name.
It might have been, actually.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor went to the hospital.
Did they stab him in the lung again with his pain shot? Collapsed his lung.
I don't know what it's... Tommy DeVito?
Tommy DeVito. That's what it was.
The beta male?
My name's Tommy.
Dude, that is the most alpha male name for a backup QB.
Are you kidding?
Tommy DeVito?
Tommy DeVito?
Dude, Tommy is like one of the most... When I hear the name Tommy, it's like Danny. It's like... That was like 1930s gangster...
No.
Tommy gun, dude.
No, I think of like...
Tommy Pickles?
Yeah, Tommy Pickles, a baby. Yeah, Tommy.
No, dude, Tommy DeVito.
I think of Tommy Tuberville.
Yeah, I'm Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, that's a beta
Tommy
male.
Tuberville. You have Tuberville makes it bad with the last name, but
Well, he's also a douchebag.
yeah. What about what other famous Tommies? Tommy Lee Jones, total badass. Come on.
Debatable.
That boy ain't right.
What?
Tommy, no, but regardless of his awesome name, I would definitely stream the Raiders against Tommy DeVito for sure. But we don't know. Oh, I think looks like Daniel Jones is fully cleared to play.
Gotcha. I hate to say it, but Tampa Bay might be a decent stream. But against Houston, but really, yeah, I think New York Giants. I feel most comfortable with their recency bias, and their defense has to win them a game. I mean, keep them in the game, and they're gonna be facing Las Vegas Raiders. So
yeah, doesn't really look great for defensive streamers this week. In general, on a whole.
And if Pittsburgh's available, definitely think they're a good stream too.
Yeah, definitely don't go that route because
Levis is not gonna cook, man.
Levinson,
12 points.
Levinson. 12 points. I would. You wanted to set the bar at 10. I would have taken that bet. At,
Okay, how about this?
I would have taken that bet at 17. But no, we're at 12.
I'll move it down to 10 if you promise me you'll actually buy me a draft beer at a local brewery, because then it will
You mean
taste
not a
amazing.
can?
Yeah, fresh right out of the brewery.
Okay.
We got to go to a local brewery, and then you buy me a pint
All right.
for 10 points.
For
If he
10
gets
points.
less than 10.
Okay, less than 10. All
Then
right.
I'll buy you a
You
nice
can buy
beer.
me a can.
No,
I'm not a bougie boy.
no, we got to go bougie
All right.
one of these days.
Okay. Well. No. Okay. How about if it's over? If it's under 10, then I'll buy you a draft beer. If it's between 10 and 15, then you buy me a can. If it's
Okay.
over 15, you buy me a draft beer.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll do the range here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick up Levis and play him too. Fields isn't cleared to play. Huh?
You picked him on the wrong week, bro.
I don't know.
I'm
a point chaser.
Point chase.
Yeah.
Well, it's that.
Chaser.
It's that season, you know. Point chasing season, chapstick season, lotion season. We're getting into it.
Playoffs? What are you talking about? Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Who's playing on Thursday?
It's an amazing matchup.
You kidding me? Playoffs?
Couldn't be any better. I'm trying to open up the DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings, if you're listening, we'd love to be a sponsor. We'd love to sponsor your sportsbook with our deep pockets. And if you'd like to sponsor us too, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Titans at Steelers. We just talked about it. So Will Levis.
Will Levis, he's in, baby.
Is he in? He's in for Tim. He's out for me.
We get to solve this tall boy bet early this week.
Yeah, we do.
He's in. He's out for you?
Yeah, he's out.
Okay.
He's out. Don't chase the points. What about Derrick Henry?
But Chase, rookie possibility for greatness. I don't know. Derrick Henry? Yeah. Realistically, Will Levis isn't going to do that much, so they're going to have to rely on Derrick. But what about Tajay though? I mean, they're gonna try to get Derrick's
once I see the point spread, I mean,
they're gonna try to get Derrick's stock up before the trade.
Yeah, it's a low over under. I don't think you start Tajay just based on this over under.
Mm-hmm. But you start Derrick?
Yeah, I mean you gotta start him.
Okay.
It's a tougher matchup, so yeah, you might not be pleased with what you got.
DeAndre just blew up.
I think you start him. I mean, they have no other skill position players that you even want on your roster, so it's really just him. Mm-hmm. And if Levis can still have a bad game, and DeAndre Hopkins at least scored 15 points.
Yeah, for sure. I think Hopkins is safer than Levis, actually. So, yeah. Which is about as safe as you can get because Levis is safe. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, then Chigikankwu?
No. Not anything.
Titans tight end.
Yeah, he is, but no.
No, okay.
This defense, I'm kind of intrigued.
Yeah.
Because Kenny Pickett sucks, and he got injured, so what's their backup? I mean, monitor that. They could be a good stream for defense this week. So
they would just have to run it. Yeah. So I would stream him.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, and then Kenny Pickett or whatever quarterback is over there, want any part of that. And
that might hurt Jaylen Warren's PPR value.
I mean, you think because he's not catching bombs. He's a running back.
Yeah, I know, but they might be running with Najee a lot more.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'm saying. So
if they don't trust the new QB to dump off pass. If you're not
with his crazy efficiency, like 2 yards a play, they'll just be ground and pound with.
It's just going to be nasty ground and pound with both of these guys, and you're just hoping one of them
gets the goal line touchdown.
Yeah. So, yeah, if Kenny Pickett doesn't play, I think Najee and Jaylen, you can both start.
Yeah.
Kenny is playing. I think Warren could start. Yeah. Najee, I would sit if Kenny's playing.
Yeah. I also think if Kenny is playing, you can confidently start George Pickens. That's the only wide receiver option.
Are you sitting him if Kenny's out?
Yeah. He's not even worth it if Kenny's out.
Okay.
He's the only target that's competent.
And the Meefer?
No, I don't think you start him at all this week.
No.
It's such a low over-under. I'd rather start Trey McBride or you pick up anybody that's on your waivers and stream.
Okay. And we already talked about Pittsburgh's D. You like them against Will Levis this week, and yep. I gotta actually agree with you though. That's a pretty good start, but Will Levis is still gonna get over 10 points. For
Good.
Sure.
Good.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry about Tim's energy this week, guys. I mean, I just reamed him.
Yeah, he just reamed me. Yep. What are you gonna do? Monday night. Next Monday when we podcast, I'll be coming off a dub against White Lives Matter.
I mean,
and I'll prove
WLM.
that white lives don't actually matter.
Yeah.
All right. On that racist note, let's end the podcast. So, see you guys for the matchups, the rest of the matchups, and good luck.
Maybe we'll have some guest appearances.
Yeah,
Special
we might
Friday
have some
episode.
guests. Yep, special Friday episode. So see ya, jet fuel and stuff.
Wands up. I love you, Jameer. I love you.
Huh?
I love you, Jameer. I love you.
Jameer Gibbs. Give it back to David. You're only good because David's injured.
But you're also really good still.
Jared, put your brother Jackie in the quarterback.
Jack in tonight.
It's just cut out.